In July 2011, I was drugged and raped. This is my story, and also to teach you that you always have the power to choose how you live a difficult event. Most of my life, I've made some difficult choices. I've left my government job, my security, my pension to follow my passion. And I always thought that my career as a speaker and trainer would be to talk about my successes. My television show, being on radio, being a spokesperson for a national product, my book, and also for losing 34 kilograms. Thank you. But I never thought that I would be speaking about something this tragic. The thing that I realized was that when I started talking about what had happened and the choices that I had made, it touched people's hearts. When I talked about my struggles, my pain, and my experiences, people related. And I strongly believe that we connect with other human beings with love, but also through our pains. Now, every one of us here will go through something difficult at one point in our lives. Either we have or we will. Losing a job, facing a recession, filing for bankruptcy, a separation, a divorce, having cancer, heart disease, mental health. We might have a gambling problem. We might be in a detrimental relationship. We might lose someone that we love. No one's immune to it. What I want you to realize is that we all have the power to choose how we live all of our experiences. So on July 2011, I was recently single, and I went out with a girlfriend for dinner, and we went to a bar after. Obviously, the evening did not turn out as I would have planned. After my girlfriend left, I was drugged, and I was raped in a park. Now, luckily or unluckily, because I was unconscious during the whole ordeal, it wasn't until the next morning, between the vomiting and regaining consciousness, that certain images came into my mind. And that's when I realized the impact of what had happened. Now, there's a formula that I've learned and that I've been teaching for many years. And that formula is about taking responsibility for our lives. And I'm not talking about taking responsibility for what happened, but taking responsibility for our lives is how we choose to respond to the events. That formula is E plus R equals O. The event plus your response equals the outcome. The event, for me, when I realized everything, was that the event happened. There's nothing I can do about this, Carolyn. I'm talking to myself at this point. And I'm thinking, what response can you have to have the best possible outcome with this? I had recently just finished reading the book Conversation with God with Neil Donald Walsh. That's when I realized that there are two basic emotions: love and fear. And that's when I chose to live my life, starting from that time, to live on a path of love and joy and not of fear. The next day, I saw my ex. We weren't divorced yet, but my ex. And when he saw me, I wish he would have asked how I was doing, because I could have said, I'm fine. But instead, he said, something happened to you? And I couldn't lie. When I wasn't sure if the pain and the thought of the rape was worse than the devastation that I saw on his face. When you have to tell someone you love something like this happened, it's very difficult. After his initial shock of being angry and disbelief, he looked at me and he said, Caroline, why are you so calm? Why are you so serene? And the reason for that was I chose to be in a state of gratitude because I was alive. Things could have been a lot worse. I could have been dead. My body could have been mutilated. I could have found my body 2 months down from that day. I was still alive. I still had a voice. And I knew that if this happened to me, there was a reason. I was lucky, I was grateful for all the things that I've learned in my life that allowed me to be in that space. I was grateful for the type of work that I did because I was a service to others. I helped people, empower them to live a better life. I was grateful for my friends close at home and from around the world. I was grateful because I even reconnected with God or the universe, however you want to call your higher power, sorry. I decided to focus on all the good things that I had. When you realize you might have lost everything, you focus on what you have and what you don't, instead of what you don't have. So at that point, after a few days of rationalizing everything, I said, Caroline, you're a strong woman. Roll up your sleeves, hustle, get back to work, pretend like this never happened. And then 7 weeks after the incident, I find myself in the United States at an event with 250 people, and this event was done by Jack Canfield. And on the first day, Jack starts with, this is how people deal with their emotions. And when I heard that, I'm like, huh? So he brings a chair up on the stage, and he says, this is how people choose to live their events or their lives. When emotions show up, this is what they do. He takes the chair and tosses it. At this point, I'm like, eyes like this, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is what happened to me. I didn't deal with my emotions. So Jack explained that people toss their emotions, they analyze them, but they forget to live and go through their emotions. I don't know if you know, but I'm sitting in my chair, my eyes are like this, and then the floodgates of tears just busted open. I'm crying, like more a river is going through my eyes, and crying, I'm crying. And I realized that that's exactly what I did. I had put all my emotions in a little box, made a gift out of it, even put a little bow, and tossed it aside. The lady sitting beside me probably didn't know what the hell was going on because I was a total wreck. So that week, I lived through my emotions. I dealt with it, we did some exercise, I was surrounded by powerful people to help me. And the thing that I was telling myself was, I'm going to deal with my emotions, and then after that, I'm going back to my life in Canada. But all week, people kept saying, Caroline, you're going to be talking about this. And I'm going, no, I don't think so. I'm not talking about this. This is taboo. You don't talk about rape. And people kept saying, you're going to talk about this. You're going to be a voice. You're going to be a messenger. And every time I'd hear this, my body would shake and I thought I would vomit. But throughout the week, I had different signs. I had meditations. I had different things came up. Whoops, backwards. So messages kept appearing throughout the week. One morning I woke up with a book title and I'm thinking, okay, this vision is so clear, I know I'm in trouble because this will have to materialize. And I realized even if there was an internal battle going on between me, you can't do this, you can't talk about that, just go back to your life. Some of the music that Jana, you just heard, Be Brave, inspired me that I need to do something about this. I need to speak up for other people. I need to help people go through their stuff. So I decided to be a messenger. And what happened also during that week was I did a guided meditation. And in the guided meditation, we're going through a park, and then we're going to a temple, and then we see a wise man, and he brings us a gift. And in that box, typically, is a symbol for our life purpose. And I always get the same gift over and over. I've been doing this meditation for a long time. And this time, to my surprise, I got a pink gold engagement ring. I'm going, what's going on here? I just got separated, I just got raped, I do not want to get involved with someone. Why am I getting a pink gold engagement ring? And at the same time, Jack says, if you don't know what the symbol is, just ask the wise man that gave it to you. It didn't take me long. What does this mean? What does this mean? And he said, this gift is to you by you. It's a gift for you to love yourself, to nurture yourself, and to be by yourself. Wow. That was so beautiful. It brought peace and harmony within me. There's a quote by Napoleon Hill. Oh yes, I forgot to mention that pink gold engagement ring. I went to a New Age store and I found this pink quartz ring. And when I read the definition of the pink quartz, it meant self-nurturing. It's about loving others, but loving ourselves as well. It was exactly like I had done in my meditation. So I bought it, and I wear it every day as a reminder to take care of myself. And then I decided that the real pink gold engagement ring, I'll leave that to my new love to buy for me, to gift me with that. So besides taking responsibility and the gratitude and living through my emotions, there's one quote by Napoleon Hill that really strikes a chord with me, and it's every adversity, every failure, every headache carries within it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. So I chose to see what was the gift behind what had happened to me. And for me, it was a return to self. It was about taking care of myself, nurturing myself, loving myself, forgiving myself. It's been a little bit over a year, and it's been an extraordinary journey of love with myself. So the things that I do now to take care of myself are daily rituals. I meditate, I read inspiring books, I surround myself with nurturing people. I set clear intentions for my day, and whenever I do something, I do exercise, I drink lots of water. I really take care of myself. So that's important that we learn to really do daily rituals that help us. The other thing I chose to do is transform the why this happened to me, because we never know why things happen. We can never answer why. We can't find an answer for that. So I changed my why into a what. What do I do about this? So I speak about this. I'm working with the police department to try and set up ways that people can talk about this and promote the awareness and all of that. So I'm getting involved in my community. And in closing,
it's one.
And I choose to be who I am with my authenticity and my vulnerability. I stop struggling and fighting, and I choose to live. I stop ignoring my feelings, and I choose to acknowledge and live my emotions. I stop trying to control everything, and I choose to let go and live in the flow. I stop searching for love, and I choose to remain open for love when it presents itself. I stop worrying about the future, and I choose to live in the present moment. I stopped putting myself last, and I choose to make myself a priority. And you, what would you like to stop, and what would you like to choose? And remember that when you're faced with a difficult situation, you always have the power to choose. But also ask yourself, what would love choose instead of fear?